I'm Jim Monk in the KFGO News Center. Marty Riske, the owner of Take Two Video in Fargo, recently spoke with me about closing his chain of video rental stores and the changes in the video industry. Okay, Marty, you had said this is kind of the end of an era for Take Two Video and the video rental business per se. It's been a long, 25, 26 years?
25 years.
Can you talk about how the business has evolved over the last 25 years or so?
You know, when the video store first came along, all of a sudden people could get copies of movies that they had missed at the theater for years. So it wasn't uncommon for a customer to come into my store, and even though I only had 1,100 movies, there were 1,000 movies they could pick from. So it was a very exciting time. They were open to renting a lot of different kinds of titles, and they're very curious about it. And then we brought in Nintendo. That absolutely exploded and opened up a whole new industry in gaming. So for probably about 20 of those years, it was just really a hot time. Then satellite and cable started to make inroads into the movie business, and we started to see a fall off in the rental things. But what really clinched it was Netflix with their mail-in program and their downloading, and Redbox with their boxes with brand new releases in the grocery stores. And it became an overwhelmingly convenient thing to just pick new releases from the house.
25 years or so, that goes back to almost the days of, I want to say, beta, VHS. They were phased out. Now it's DVDs. Now they're kind of becoming obsolete.
Well, they're holding their own pretty well against Blu-ray. Blu-ray is not doing nearly as well as the industry expected. In fact, when it first came out, there was HD in Blu-ray, and HD fell off almost right away. So I don't know that people. One of the reasons that people aren't ready to step up to Blu-ray necessarily. Two reasons. One is the people who can afford Blu-ray are buying them. Secondly, the Blu-ray disc players will play the old disc and they step it up quite a bit. So it's really hard to tell the difference sometimes in the movies.
And the next trend, of course, right now we're going through, like you mentioned, the video on demand. What's the next big wave, or can you see that far into the future?
I think the next big wave is more downloading, wireless apparatus, smartphones, watching things on a small iPad, medium that they carry around with them, watching portions of movies, going to class, coming out of class, watch the rest of the movie. Just a lot more convenience in terms of delivery.
That's Marty Riske, the owner of Take Two Video in Fargo.